Oh, jeez.
Get your guns back.
Did our lady ever say live streaming has started or not? I don't remember hearing that.
Okay, we are live, guys. It's technical difficulties. We were going over stuff, but apparently the live button, I clicked it, but it didn't go live, so I had to refresh the page. So we're live. Technical difficulties. Okay, I guess we're gonna have to go through the room again. Okay.
Me.
We got Sarge. What's going on, Sarge?
Hey, what's up? Enjoying the evening off. Got school this week again, and appreciate the invite and looking forward to a good show.
Travis.
Yo, this is Travis P11. Check out my channel, Travis P11. Like and subscribe to everybody here on the panel. And that's it. Appreciate the invite, man. Thank you.
All right.
Yep, we're live.
Gary.
Yes, sir, Gary. We're live. Thanks for the invite.
No
yeah!
It's great being live.
Duke Liberty.
It's the Duke Liberty channel. Thanks for the invite. Really appreciate it. Looking forward to the panel as always.
Okay, so we were rehearsing what we were talking about. I posted a link out there in the chat. We're live now, but welcome all, hit or miss. I'm your host, Night Strike. We have a rousing panel this evening. I was going over a topic, and I had no idea we weren't live. So I pressed the live button, but it didn't go. YouTube is messing with me now. YouTube is messing with me. I'm telling you. But tonight we're going over the Second Amendment Foundation and Connecticut Citizens Defense League a lawsuit over the magazine capacity limit law. Okay, so the Second Amendment Foundation and Connecticut Citizens Defense League have filed a suit in federal district court challenging the state of Connecticut's prohibition on ammunition magazines holding more than 10 rounds or loading more than 10 cartridges into a so-called high-capacity magazine. And yes, that is with air quotes. The lawsuit is filed on behalf of Connecticut residents Susan Ross and Dominic Basile. Plaintiffs are represented by noted civil rights attorney David Jensen of the state of New York. Named as defendants are Connecticut State Police Colonel Stavros Malekis, Commissioner James C. Ravella of the State Department of Emergency Services and Public Protection, and Chief State's Attorney Richard J. Colangelo Jr. All in their official capacities. The case is known as Ross versus Malekis. The lawsuit alleges that state violations of the Second and 14th Amendments. Since 2013, Connecticut statute has prohibited individuals from having magazines containing more than 10 rounds of ammunition. Violations of the statute can be prosecuted as Class D felonies. And yes, I know that the North Carolina Class D felonies are different than Connecticut's, but overall, what would a Class D felony entail?
Just a good guess. I would think up to 5 years in prison. I'm not sure. And I'm sure there would be significant fines. And the worst part about that is in the majority of felony convictions, one of the sanctions is the loss of your firearms rights. So it's bad. It's really bad.
Well, yeah, that's really bad. So yeah.
And it's also nonsense because it doesn't mean anything. So they got a couple extra rounds. Why does that make them a felon? Big deal.
It's ridiculous. I mean, so they have 10 rounds. Okay, yeah, I know. Magazine capacities are awful. I'm gonna use this word, but only in as an abbreviation. It is BS. But again, the point is that well, okay, so you're stuck with 10 rounds. Buy extra magazines. That fixes the problem. I mean, granted, yes, it's awful that you are stuck at 10 rounds, but we're gun people. We know to buy extra magazines in the first place, right? But again, standard capacity, which is usually more than 10 rounds. But again, nobody should be barred from having those because technically. And this is an infringement of the Second Amendment. So you know, I don't see why they need to restrict the number of rounds. Why they think it helps when, you know, if the goal is to curb crime, why are the law abiding? Why are the citizens punished instead of making it harsher on criminals? Sarge, why is that?
Because it's a bunch of do-gooders that I do think in their heart they think they're doing good, but they have to think of the actual reality of these laws when someone would be a quote unquote criminal and or felon purely because of a gun law that is minor in consequence. That's the complete opposite of what they're actually trying to do. They should try to make it, like you just said, tougher on criminals, not tougher on the law abiding that made a very minor mistake. It's counterproductive. They think they're doing good, but it's really just being naive as to what is actually the real world is about and what real crime is about.
I would argue it's not just being naive. It's also I hate to use this word because it's overused, but it's also being tyrannical. Because you're not helping the people. All you're doing is inhibiting what the people can and cannot do.
Mm-hmm.
And if your goal is to protect the people and make it safer for the people, then logic would dictate that you would go after the individuals that are counterproductive to the people. You know, in this case, criminals.
One would think.
You know, one would think, but of course, I hazard a guess that maybe the people serving in political capacities, they may not have as much brain cells as we do.
Well, here's where you made a mistake. You applied logic.
You're right. I applied logic where they have none.
Well, no, dude, they've got brain cells. They're just using it for nefarious purposes. They know that they can, manipulate the emotions of people by saying, well, if they couldn't reload that second magazine faster, they didn't have that high capacity mag, even though you could just carry double the mags at standard capacity. But what do we know, right? We're just gun guys. But yeah, and so by playing off that emotion, that's an argument you hear a lot. Well, nobody needs a 30-round mag. Nobody. Yeah, I do actually. I want. I want that unfair advantage, right?
I don't need a lot of things.
Nobody needs 3 mansions each. Nobody needs more than 1 car. Nobody needs more than 1 cell phone. Nobody needs more than 1 television. You're starting to sound like Bernie.
Mm-hmm. Now, I'm saying this is sarcasm, of course, because I think the more the merrier.
I'm saying that with sarcasm too.
Okay, good.
You don't need 100 rounds. You don't need 100 rounds.
You don't need an AR-14.
You don't need an AR-14.
No, you don't have a right to 100 rounds. I'm not coming for your guns, Night Strike. That's BS. You're full of
that's the size of 100 rounds.
It's crazy, Joe.
You only need 10 rounds, and you need to share that ammunition with others.
Yes. Whew, that was.
I plan on sharing it with others at about 2,000 FPS. But.
Oh Lord.
Well, that's a little too fast, but. We're gonna go on with this with the article. Ross owns a pistol with an original capacity magazine that can hold 17 cartridges.
Good for him.
And Basile has pistols that hold 15 rounds in their magazines. Both are licensed to carry for personal and family protection, yet they justifiably worry that they could be prosecuted for carrying fully loaded defensive sidearms under the state law. And apparently they bought this before the state law was enacted. So, this law does nothing more than penalize law-abiding citizens while criminalizing components of handguns they own that were previously legal, said Second Amendment founder and Executive Vice President Alan M. Gottlieb. This is a textbook example of turning honest citizens into criminals by the mere stroke of a pen by the governor. Original capacity magazines are not dangerous or unusual, he continued. They're in common use all over the country, which they are. But the Connecticut law makes it illegal to use such magazines, which amounts to a deprivation of rights under federal law. Neither SAF nor our partners at the CCDL could stand by and allow that to happen. In their rush to do something in the wake of the tragedy at Sandy Hook, Jensen said, Politicians in Connecticut enacted a slew of restrictions that severely limit the right of self-defense, while doing nothing to prevent future tragedies from occurring. Nothing is more emblematic of this than the state's requirement that lawful gun owners load their legally owned magazines to less than their full capacity as a means of supposedly inhibiting future mass murders. We are pleased to help get this ridiculous restriction off the books. So that's the rest of it. But it's ridiculous that you have to load 10 rounds in those magazines. You can't load 17 or 15 because of a stupid law. And the thing is that a law like that does nothing to prevent crime. I mean, if you have a gun-free zone, Sarge, what would you rather have law enforcement or security, some form of security enforcing that gun-free zone, or are you supposed to just say it's a gun-free zone and do nothing to protect it? Because it sounds like it sounds stupid. It's like having a demilitarized zone but no military at the borders of it to make sure that another military doesn't waltz right through.
Yeah, that makes no sense.
Hey man, talking about some of these schools too, they're banning armed guards. They'll allow guards, but no armed guards that can engage with lethal force on their school campuses. So you start off restricting it, and then before you know it, your guards are stripped of their weapons they can use to defend people. And yeah,
do you wear a seatbelt because you plan on having a wreck? Do you have a fire extinguisher because you plan on having a fire? No, it's just in case. You have an armed security officer or armed resource officer, school resource officer, just in case. And it makes you a hard target. That's counterproductive. These people, they rule and they govern on emotion instead of common sense and fact. So
that's exactly how it is. And criminals are going to break the law regardless of what law you put in place. So if you're going to put laws in to go after people from doing the wrong thing, then actually put a law in that actually makes it harsher on said individuals instead of the citizens.
Mm-hmm.
Just saying. It's just that's there. Anyways, what else do we want to go over tonight?
So was there a guard that was arrested for having hollow point ammunition, or is that?
We're not going to go over that. Too live news not here.
Oh, okay, I got you. I didn't know.
But what if he's watching? He just threw his headset down right now and stormed off.
He probably did. He had to go take the dogs out.
He's like, for the last time, I was walking my dog.
And this 3-day-old Colion Noir video popped up on my feed, and
we're not going to go over that. Everybody's gone over that last week.
Speaking of which, 3-day-old, Facebook has really been behind. I've been seeing stuff that's popped up in my feed that's a week old. I mean,
it's got to pass their sensors first, and then after that, it's
yeah.
They slipping.
Mm-hmm.
So
I noticed
did anybody see that video?
Go ahead.
That video of the construction worker or the auto worker that accused Biden of trying to diminish 2A rights, and Biden said, "You're full of shh." And
he didn't accuse him. He challenged him on his own statements.
Yeah, Biden said, "You're full of shh." He said, "I am actively trying to end. I fully support the Second Amendment." Is what Biden said.
I've got a shotgun.
I got a 28 gauge, and my kids hunt. And then he goes, "You don't have a right to have weapons. Nobody's coming after your guns." I'm like, "Whoa, wait, what?" He goes, "I never said I was coming after your guns." And then here he was with Beto whenever that video was done, where he's sitting there saying, "Oh yeah, I'm coming for him." And Beto's like, "Shut up, Joe." You can see a look on Beto's face when they're sitting there eating it. All right, in Texas at Whataburger, maybe. I have no idea where they were at.
It's like,
No, I'm telling you, he's got dementia. There's no way he doesn't have dementia. I know we kind of
That
laugh
lack
about
of
it,
self-control too, you know.
and he's got. And
No,
he
it's you know, we
it's
all have
really
family members
troubling.
that, you know, yeah.
It's really troubling. The Dems are doing themselves and Joe a disservice by parading him around, saying he's the man, because it's sad.
He just won Michigan. They just announced it. He just won Michigan right now for the primary.
But don't worry. Joe Biden said he's going to take the AR-14s away from us.
But they're pushing an unwell man as their candidate, and as much as he gets upset when people challenge him, he is going to have a mental breakdown in any type of debate with Trump. I mean, he is going to. He won't be able to handle it.
I thought he was going to unload on that auto guy. I thought he was going to just throw down on him right there because it was getting pretty heated between.
If his handlers weren't there.
They're like, "Hey, let's get him outside for some fresh air." It's like,
if his handlers weren't there, he probably would have.
Dude, he had a legit question. What a great way to address an audience that's concerned about their 2A rights. Instead, you just throw all these mixed messages at the guy in your response. Well, you know, can't.
He gets real aggressive.
Yeah, he told he goes, "You shit," and then he like hushed her off, and I was like, "Oh, yeah."
Yeah, he's not
He's poking the guy, and the guy's like, "Hey, stop touching me." You see a part where the guy like tells him, "Hey, chill out. This isn't okay. You're getting in my face."
Viewer alert! We've got Stan from SS Pawn out there. Out there in the bleachers. So
hey, Stan, I've got the Rock Island 22 TCM all cleaned up. I've got the cleaning video uploading as we speak.
So go ahead and show us.
No, I respect Night Strike's channel too much to do that.
Oh, I know.
Okay.
I may have showed a lower on Travis's channel in
Here it is. Isn't that awesome?
Oh wow!
Oh, pretty soon this is gonna get you flagged on YouTube in about 5 years.
That's the full tactical model.
Triggered.
That's the full tack model.
You can press check it. Look down the chamber. That's YouTube in 5 years for you.
Yeah. Walter Davis out there saying aggression is a sign of dementia. Well, Joe Biden is a sign of dementia, just in general. But
but I mean, all jokes aside, he's right. This guy is showing classic signs.
Stan is accusing Travis of costing him money this week.
Oh yeah. Well, we did that little Caliber Corner episode on the 22 TCM, and then Stan had to go out and buy this really nice 1911 A2 FS 22 TCM pistol, which I'm going to enjoy tomorrow at the range thoroughly. And now I want the 22 tactical rifle, the 22 TCM tactical rifle. I don't know what I'm going to do with it, but let's C4. It's like you said. I'm going to start quoting you. Nobody needs it. It's just fun, right? Nobody necessarily has to have it. You
don't need it. It's just great.
Yeah, you don't need a reason to own it, right? It's just
nobody's going to shoot a 22 TCM and look back at you and say, well, that sucked.
Look, nobody needs a Ferrari when the speed limit's 75, but you can have one, right? This is America. Yeah.
Right. This is America.
This is America. You can have one. You want one, you go right ahead and get you one, all right?
And like I was telling you, I'll tell Stan, I have not seen that model that he got on their webpage.
I can't find one anywhere.
Cover.
No, I don't know where it's at. I can't find it on the Rock Island website or anything like that. So I did put, by the way, guys, I posted a pic on Instagram if you want to see it, if you're curious.
I've never seen that without the full dust cover in that model.
It's not a commander size either. First I thought it was. I was like, is that the commander? It's not. It doesn't have the 4-inch barrel. At least I don't think so. I don't think that'd be a commander. It looks like it's a 5.
What's the part number on the box?
Ooh, I don't know. Is that going to get us a red flag on YouTube? Okay.
No, or send it in the private chat. Send me the part number because it'll have a model number.
Yeah, I can tell you right now.
YouTube search.
TCMO 45681. TCMO 45681. That's what's on the barcode. Premium FS high capacity.
It's usually like a 5 number, like 557. It's got like a 5-digit model number.
Oh, okay. I don't know.
Not the serial number, obviously, but the model.
No. I don't know. Yeah.
So
that's just the barcode, but yeah.
Our next topic is from the same source, but we're gonna go over what's going on with Lucky Gunner. Everybody heard what's going on with them?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
They sold that security guard some ammo.
No.
Is that what it was?
I was like, did they?
No. On Saturday, Mini Mike Bloomberg's Everytown for gun safety has filed a lawsuit against Lucky Gunner on behalf of a victim of the May 2018 Santa Fe high school shooting. Okay. The gun website sold ammo to Texas teen accused of school shooting. The lawsuit. A gun control group has filed a lawsuit on behalf of the parents of a Texas high school shooting victim, alleging that the website from which the individual bought ammunition from broke federal law by not verifying his age. You might think that sounds pretty bad for Lucky Gunner, since the shooter was underage when he purchased the ammunition he used. If Lucky Gunner broke the law, they'd lose the protection of Lawful Commerce in Arms Act. Not so fast, though. The description of the lawsuit misconstrues 18 U.S. Code 922. The applicable section is B1. It says B, it shall be unlawful for any licensed importer, licensed manufacturer, licensed dealer, or licensed collector to sell or deliver, 1, any firearm or ammunition to any individual who the licensee knows or has reasonable cause to believe is less than 18 years of age. And if the firearm or ammunition is other than a shotgun or rifle, or ammunition for a shotgun or rifle to any individual who the licensee knows or has reasonable cause to believe is less than 21 years of age. So I don't know if he used a shotgun or a rifle, then I don't know. I don't know what that does. But only if they know or have cause to think that the purchaser is underage is the transaction unlawful. 18 U.S. Code 922 does not require them to verify the age, any more than 18 U.S. Code 922D requires you to run a NICS check for a private firearm sale, assuming you still live in a semi-free state. If you know and have the cause to suspect that the would-be buyer is prohibited, you can't lawfully make the sale, but you don't have to check. Ditto Lucky Gunner selling ammunition. If the Santa Fe individual told them, "Can you ship this to my mom because I'm underage?" they'd have cause to know and would have stopped the sale. But if someone makes a credit card purchase, has the name and address right, and the security code from the back of the card, it's reasonable to expect the person is an adult. As Lucky Gunner has said in a public statement regarding the suit, contrary to the claims, our company complied with all laws in making the subject sale. The suspect committed many crimes to include deliberately misrepresenting himself. It sounds as if Lucky Gunner was in fact lied to by the shooter about his age. Imagine that. I hope every town is a little bit more responsible than Brady and won't leave the Santa Fe family on the hook to pay Lucky Gunner's legal expenses. After all, they have Michael Bloomberg's billions backing them, but I wouldn't bet on it. That's the end of the article. But again, it would be reasonable to believe that the kid in question illegally portrayed himself as an adult, used a credit card, probably parents, to go and buy this stuff, and then committed another crime by going and doing the deed. So should Lucky Gunner be held responsible for someone breaking the law more than once? Sarge.
No, they follow the law. But should Lucky Gunner do some self-preservation and maybe voluntarily add a few more hoops just to verify age? Not necessarily make it harder, but just make them enter their birth date, make them do something like that just to on their own. I think they should. I think that would help them. But no, they should not be held responsible.
Yeah.
It's kind of like me. Like, I can sell a gun to someone with just seeing their concealed carry or a permit, but I like to go through the gun shop, and I'll pay the extra little bit of money and have them do it. And then I am completely free of liability. So that's just a little self-preservation on my part, even though it's not required by the law.
Right. All right, we got some latecomers in here. Armament Axis wants to say something. So, Armament Axis, what do you want to say? You got your hand raised. Unmute yourself. Little button on the bottom left.
Unmute yourself.
You're muted. It's that little button that looks like a microphone. Okay, he's blind.
Just couldn't pull it off.
Couldn't pull it off. No. We also got the orange one, Obnoxious One. What's going on, buddy?
Yo.
Obnoxious One, the hole is patched, correct?
Oh, Jesus.
Yes, the hole is patched.
Okay. I'm just making sure. I heard someone saying something about it. I was just wondering.
The hole in my soul is not, though. So.
Just wait. You only have about a year to go before it gets old.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well, how do we fix that? I know you're not that much of a religious man, but how do we go about fixing that one?
There's no fixing that. It's just...
Well, I'll pray for you, okay?
I was just made this way.
You know, it's kind of like when people talking about 1911s and hand cuts and stuff.
Yeah.
Just some people can't let things go. 5 years passes, but we just can't seem to let things go. And I was in my 30s when that first happened to Night Strike, and here I'm an old man, and we still bring it up to this day. His lack of grouping with,
Yeah, that's back when I was in my 50s. Yeah.
I know. Remember that? God, that was a good time.
Yeah.
That was before you had that Taurus TX22 and everything, man.
I said it was that long ago, Gizzard.
That's before we bought 1 million subscribers, and
It was that long ago, Gizzard. I never would have guessed it was Becky when you were only in your 50s.
Yeah,
back before Hank Strange bought those millions of subscribers and all the Hunans started backing him and getting sponsorship money and everything.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Hank ain't the only one that buys.
Well, I don't.
Nope.
So, unfortunately.
It's all right. It's all right. Hey, man, it's a marathon, not a sprint. So
Didn't we see one guy get 1,000 subscribers overnight?
Well, I mean, if you get a video that gets pushed by a big enough channel, you'll get that. I've seen that happen.
But what about when you don't?
When you don't get it pushed by somebody else?
I mean,
Yeah, and you
you
get
get
1,000 overnight.
1,500 subscribers overnight, and your biggest video has 300 views.
No, yeah. Usually it's the
Rick
other way
White is out
around.
there.
Usually you get a buttload of views and very few subs.
Mm-hmm.
White's out there saying there's a hole in his heart that can only be filled by you. I don't think so. I don't think I'm the person to fill that hole, Rich.
What this chat needs is more cowbell.
It does need more cowbell. But I gave Tulai Moo a link, but apparently he did not want to show.
He's probably out walking his dog.
No, he's
trying to tell us about the guy in New Jersey who got arrested for Holocaust.
Checking the news feed for the latest in gun news to bring back to the crowd. Right.
Right.
He's just going to come
That's
in
what
here
you
and tell
get for
about
trying to contribute.
He's just going to come in here and tell you about the guy in Montana who got caught selling human jerky.
Right.
Oh God.
All right.
Nice.
Human jerky?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Yeah, that's a Donner special, isn't it? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
M. Gabriel out there on the YouTube side is saying, at Night Strike, Missouri Second Amendment Preservation Acts, HB 1637 and 2150, voted out of committee this afternoon. Recommend do pass. Well, good luck, buddy. Good luck. I'll be rooting
Hope
for
it
you.
happens, man.
You're done.
Missouri's
what's
not too
up?
far from me. I can run over there if I need to. So.
Warsaw Patriot is commenting on Lucky Gunner. He's saying, that Night Strike, here's the thing. The kid must have used his parents' names when he purchased the ammo on Lucky Gunner. That's what I'm saying. I'm saying he actively broke the law by misrepresenting himself, one. Two, he probably used their credit cards without their permission, which is against the law, too.
Breaking the law.
Technically.
Breaking the law.
And,
Breaking the law.
Then he went and committed, horrible acts, which is already against the law. So man, he's got the trifecta right there. But it's not
But
like
you know what? You know what they should do?
What should they do?
Hashtag ban evil.
They should. They should ban evil.
Great
You're
idea.
right. That's a great idea.
I guarantee
It's
Lucky
a-
Gunner's got some
It's a
disclaimers.
shame nobody mentioned that. Nobody mentioned
Yeah,
Yeah.
previously that they should ban evil.
Yeah.
guys, you know, Lucky Gunner's got a little tiny little policy in the terms of agreement on when you buy ammo that says if you buy this and you're breaking the law, it's on you, not us. I'm sure that'll pop out on the purchase agreement. You know, like if you lie to get this is all on you.
Well, don't they have a pop up
Hey.
when you go on there that you have to click that says I am over 18 or
I've never ordered from Lucky Gunner, but I'd imagine so. I think you have to agree to it on almost all these websites. At least the first time you place an order before you create an account.
I mean, I can't even go on and buy my vape juice without clicking the damn thing that says I'm over 21.
Well,
I can't even go buy all that Sudafed at Walmart without having to get a background check. You know,
yeah, really.
what's a guy got to do to get 6 cases around here? You know, I mean, seriously,
What do you need 6 cases for?
that's allergy season. Look, nobody needs 6 cases of Sudafed, but this is America.
Just
You can
Yeah.
get it if you want
Not-
to.
not to interrupt.
Not the bill of
Travis.
needs.
What? Who? What?
I just found some information back from what we were looking at.
Yeah.
I would tell Stan to hold on to that gun because when you look up that model number, it's a
It's not
different dust cover and a little bit different slide. I'd hold on to that. There's something odd about that one.
Well, no, I
Keep
just
it.
sent you. Sorry, I just sent you a link to it. Do you see the
No,
one
I
for
know.
sale? Oh,
And when you check that model number, it comes
Mhm.
with the one with the full dust cover.
Yeah.
well, this one didn't on that UPC code. So maybe it's a brand new one that they're going to offer now.
I would there could be
Yeah.
some little short run. I would definitely keep it.
It's called the premium. It's got premium in the title, so it must be pretty rare.
What are we?
Yeah.
Ghost Shadow
talking
is
about?
saying at Night Strike, sue the parents that raise sick kids like that do mass shootings like this. And granted, I'm paraphrasing because we're trying to keep it, PG-13ish.
Just
But-
hold on. I'm trying to find out about this premium gun, and you're
Okay,
interrupting
here's-
to
Okay,
run
okay.
your
All right, real quick.
to run your
So,
show.
Well,
Check my
I'm
Instagram
trying to
feed.
run a show here,
Check-
but if you need to, we'll go over.
I mean,
okay.
all right,
I'm
so-
trying to
Well,
find
thank
out
you.
about this premium gun that they're
All right.
talking. They're discussing
It was from earlier in the show.
here,
so
and
It was
you're-
from
I'll
pre-show.
be damned if I'll let you
Look,
run a show.
don't pull a 2 Live Moo obnoxious. We talked about this already like an
We
hour
already
ago.
talked
okay?
about this enough.
In depth. No, I'm just kidding. No, real quick, what it is, it's a Rock Island Armory 1911 chambered in 22 TCM with a 5-inch barrel, full-size model, but it's got the short rail underneath of it. It's got like the half-size dust cover with the tack rail
Okay.
machined into it, and then it also has the large mag.
TCM. The only one
Yeah.
interested in here is Sarge.
Say what?
What?
Sorry, go back to the show. It's 22 TCM. It's the
We know we're
actual.
trying
end
You're
to
missing out on the
Yeah,
fun, obnoxious. It doesn't have to have a purpose to be enjoyable. All right. I mean, it doesn't have to. There's no. You just get it because you can. I mean, that's all it really is. You know.
Yeah.
See, you'll never know calibers like that because you wouldn't even go there to try it. You know.
Well, obnoxious one is a cultured individual
we
like
know.
myself. He prefers the 45 ACP and 357 SIG varieties.
Hey, I love those too. Those are 2 of my favorite calibers. I
prefer 357 SIG.
Yeah, that's
45
a freaking awesome.
AARP is your caliber.
Oh,
Ooh,
I like both.
shot
So
fired.
We now
look.
Now
The
we're
point
turning
is, I
to
wouldn't want to be
regularly
shot by
scheduled
either one.
dumpster fire.
Okay, I mean that's the point. So, all right.
yeah.
Well, if it's 45 ACP, you got time to move out of the way. So.
I'm pretty slow, Gary. I don't know if you've seen me,
Yeah.
but
I've never
I'm like a
seen
12-minute
anyone
mile
dodge
kind
a
of guy.
45
Okay, I'm a,
Here it comes,
45
man.
ACP. Good luck trying.
I was that 16-second 100-yard dash defensive lineman in high school. You know.
All right.
Jesus.
G23 out there saying, I bet one of his parents put him as an authorized user on his card. Well, that might be what it is. Ghost Shadow says that Night Strike anti-gunners always sue gun makers or gun shops, never ones that actually do the shooting. That is true.
Yeah, let's sue them. There you go.
And
You
let's
gotta-
go out.
Now
Let's-
here,
Use somebody that actually
Let's
has
hold
money.
people accountable for committing
because the people
crime.
who do the shootings,
here's an
because
ugly.
the people who do
Go
the
ahead.
shootings are either dead or have very
They have no money.
don't
There's no
have
reason to
deep
sue them.
pockets that the gun manufacturers do.
Right.
Is it about justice or is it about making money? Come on now.
The lawsuit? It's not about justice, ever.
Artisan Tony says, I think criminals will find ammo somewhere. Yeah, and that's the point. You know,
What
if a
they call
criminal's
them
going
criminals.
to, that's why they call them criminals. You know, they're going to commit acts of criminality because they're already criminals. So it doesn't matter where they get the ammunition from. They buy it legally, illegally. They
Steal it, make it,
They
whatever.
steal it, they make it. It doesn't matter where it comes from. If a criminal wants to commit crime, they're going to get the tools to commit that crime from somewhere. You can't stop it. It's like we should make crime illegal. Hey, guess what? Crime is already illegal.
Wait, when really? There's laws against crime? What?
There is laws against crime.
Get out of here.
No, I'm serious.
Ban evil.
Dads demand action against evil.
Yeah.
DDAE. That was a new organization I'm going to start.
Yeah.
That's right.
All right. So we're going to close this one out. Everybody's getting ready to jump over to the Get Off My Lawn podcast coming up next on Sandhill Shooters channel. So, all right. All right. So,
I
Sarge,
just got here.
Sarge, give us your outro.
Yeah. Go to my channel, subscribe. I've got some stuff coming up this weekend, and I appreciate the invite. And yeah, I do things. I do videos.
You do stuff.
See you on the range.
All right. Travis.
Hey, check out my channel, Travis P11. Check out my podcast on Monday nights called Caliber Corner at 6 o'clock Central Time. Got a lot of new content coming up on my channel here. It might slow down a little bit over the next 4 weeks because we're in the process of moving, but I'll try to get at least a new video out every week other than Caliber Corner. So hopefully 2 a week, but stay subscribed and subscribe to everybody on this panel, man. Thank you.
All right. Duke Liberty.
Thanks, man, for the invite. Had a great time. As always, have a good night. Be safe.
All right. Gizzard.
Hey, if you want to watch a fun program and maybe win some cool stuff, watch Foul Territory Friday nights, 9 Eastern, 8 Central. And if you want to just be part of the discussion, then get up early Sunday with us and check out the Early Bird Chat. That's at 10 Eastern, 9 Central. And always remember, give him the bird. Thanks for the invite, man.
No problem. Obnoxious.
What?
Plug your channel.
Oh, is that what we're doing?
That's what we're doing.
Oh, okay. Go to my channel. I put out videos occasionally. Did one today. It was amazing.
Good.
It was amazing. I was hitting steel from like 150, 200 yards away with a
first shot.
With a
One hand.
One hand. One hand.
Oh,
it was totally.
I'm gonna have to go watch
totally
that.
accurate.
So
It's
everyone
great.
check out Obnoxious One.
Ding,
Yeah.
ding.
All right.
Check out my channel. Check out my Instagram. Also, Obnoxious One. You can run over to my Facebook and check it out over there. That's basically where everything gets posted. You could follow me on Twitter, but I don't do a damn thing on Twitter because it's a cesspool. So, and I also do stuff and things just like Sarge.
I do things.
All right, guys. Remember to check us out, nightstrike.com, Facebook, Twitter. I do occasionally post on Twitter every now and then. I don't like doing it, but I do it because people anger me. But that's because politicians are idiots. But anyways, check out GunTube.org, and with that, we'll see you guys later. We'll have hopefully, I'm not promising anything. I'm knocking on wood, of course. But next week we'll do a full show. We'll be on time, and we won't have technical difficulties. But again, that's it. Thanks everybody for showing up. Thanks everyone for being here. Thank you everyone for listening. This was Hit or Miss.
See you on the range.
Hashtag Porky Pig.
Jesus.
Shut up, be infringed.
Give the bird, man.
Who yelled that?
I don't know.
Scary.
Night Strike did.
No, that's scary.
Oh.
How do I turn this damn thing off?
I was bending down to get my camera, and I had my mouth right on top of my mic.